Good evening. We will now call our May 26, 2015 St. Lucie County School Board regular workshop meeting to order. Good evening and welcome to all of you here this evening. And as usual, we have a very special treat for our viewing audience and our board members. After we recite our Kids at Hope Pledge and the Pledge of Allegiance, we will have our young people. They're called the Pre-K Club students from Longwood Elementary, who will perform 2 songs, maybe 3 short ones, under the direction of Ms. Teresa Brandafino, and the principal, Dejan Jackson Harris, is the principal of Longwood Elementary. Would you please stand, Ms. Harris? At this time, would everyone please stand with us for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing as we recite our Kids at Hope Treasure Hunters Pledge. As an adult and treasure hunter, I am committed to search for all the talents, skills, and intelligence that exist in all children and youth. I believe that all children are capable of success, no exceptions. Board members, would we please go down?
Longwood Pre-K Cubs. They are 3 and 4-year-olds on campus, and they're going to perform 3 very short songs for you today. Are we ready? Yeah. You ready? Okay, they're ready.
Welcome to our class. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Welcome to our class. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello to you and me. Hello, hello, hello. Join in our family. Here's a smile for you. A smile for you and me. Here's a smile for you. Join in our family. Welcome to our class. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Welcome to our class. Welcome. We're glad you're here. Here's a nice high five. High five for you and me. Here's a nice high five. Join in our family. Here's a friendly shake. Side to side, you're up and down. A long, slow way is sure to say bye-bye.
Nothing you like to do. You've got to have a dream. If you don't have a dream, how you gonna have a dream come true? How you gonna have a dream come true?
Very good, very good. Oh, we're going to take a bow. Good job. Thank you so much for your work. Ladies, thank you so much for your work. This is the group that I'm most comfortable with. How you doing? Anybody want to say anything on the mic? All righty then. What is your name?
Hiatus.
Andrea. And how old are you, Andrea?
Andrea Tetis.
Okay. Does anybody know how old they are around here?
Yeah.
How old?
Two,
Say
three,
Say three.
three.
Do we got that right? Oh, no, you're not three. You're, well, which one is she? Four.
Four.
How? She's 4, okay. Say, I'm 4 years old. Say it. Say, I'm 4 years old.
Four.
Very good. Give her a hand. She said it. Good job. All right, young people, you were wonderful. We enjoyed you so much, okay? Parents, please stand up, those of you that's out there, so that we can acknowledge you as well for bringing your young people tonight. We thank you very much. Thank you for bringing them. We appreciate it.
Yeah, this was just their age.
Yeah, right. Name and age is good enough. Well, as Superintendent just said, they stole the show. Very good. First Rate Act. Okay, this time I would like to remind our unscheduled speakers. If you desire to be one, please fill out the forms in the back, come up to the front and submit them, and we will recognize you at the appropriate time. And I'm going to go over our vision for St. Lucie County Public Schools. Our vision for St. Lucie County Public Schools is that in partnership with parents and community, We will become premier centers of knowledge that are organized around our students and the work that is provided to them. Our name will be synonymous with the continuous improvement of student achievement and the success of each individual. Our promise is to move from good to great, focusing on our core business, the creation of challenging, engaging, and satisfying work for each child every day. And at this time, Madam Superintendent, we will now move to our special order of business.
Thank you. Good evening. We have some very special and exciting orders of business this evening. I'd like to invite Assistant Superintendent Carrie Padrick to the podium at this time to begin with our State Science Fair participants and winners. Thank you, Ms. Padrick.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, Superintendent Yost. STEM-related studies are indeed alive and well in St. Lucie. Our students move from being creative to innovative as they explore their hypotheses and they then put them to the test. The various fairs that we hold unite young scientific minds, showcasing their talent and giving them a stage where community leaders and doctoral-level scientists can review and judge their work. After this year's local science fair, 14 students moved on to the state science fair competition, and from there, 3 of our young innovators were invited to participate in the Intel International Science and Engineering Fair, which was held in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania earlier this month. This culminating fair is the world's largest international pre-college science competition where more than 1,700 high school students from over 70 countries, regions, and territories are awarded the opportunity to showcase their independent research and compete for more than $5 million in prizes. This evening, we are so very pleased to share with you their successes. Mr. Paul Reif is the coordinator for our science fair, and he will do the honors of inviting students forward to be recognized for their outstanding accomplishments in both our state science fair and our international state science fair.
Haley if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. Haley Jaworski.
We'll just, ladies and gentlemen. Students, as you come forward, Mr. Reif will be very happy to have Superintendent Yost provide you with your certificates. And if you'll stay, we'll have a picture.
Shreya Reddy. Yanine Lin. Nathaniel Quiernon. Michael Gorbach. Nicholas Stange. Kevin Dwan. Jeffrey Zhang. Jack Karazlak. And Jack, you can take this for your partner, Josh Navarro. Kaylee Zhang. And now we're going to mention the 3 St. Lucie County students who represented St. Lucie County at the International Fair. Peter Jones is a student at Olivet Private School. His project, Antimicrobials, the Cure for HLB, Greening Disease, and Citrus, focused on a topic of interest for the Treasure Coast and was part of the Plant Sciences category. 2 awards. Hanya Sharif is a freshman at Lincoln Park Academy who also competed in the Plant Sciences category. Hanya's project was titled, How Can the Efficacy of Potential Biological Controls Against Myconium Miranda be enhanced. Hanya was honored with a third place in the Plant Sciences category and was also awarded $1,000. Nice job. Kaushal Rao is taking a class at Indian River State College, and he is here. He's a junior at Lincoln Park Academy. His project, Effectiveness of Influenza, VLP, and SAR9 vaccination, competed in the microchemistry category. Kaushal was awarded the prestigious Global Innovation Award from the U.S. Agency for International Development. The award is given to 4 exceptional projects that tackle topics coinciding with the 4 categories in the development of alleviating hunger, climate change, energy, and global health. He was awarded a $10,000 cash prize. And parents, please stand up so you can be recognized. Yes, ma'am.
Next on the agenda is our Project Citizen for 2015, the state finalist, and once again, Mrs. Patrick will present our finalists.
We the People Project Citizen is another notable curricular program for St. Lucie Public Schools, 7th graders. The project is designed and published by the Center for Civic Education, which promotes competent and responsible participation in local and state government. The program helps our participants learn how to monitor and to influence public policy. In the process, they develop a support for the democratic process and principles of tolerance. They also make sure they investigate feelings of political efficacy. Entire classes of students work cooperatively to identify a public policy problem in their community, and they research the problem. They evaluate alternative solutions and develop their own solution in the form of a public policy. And they create a political action plan to enlist local and state authorities to adopt their proposed policy. Participants develop a portfolio of their work, and they present their project at a public hearing to showcase before a panel of civic-minded community members. After stellar competition at our local level, 2 of our schools, Lincoln Park Academy and Palm Point Educational Research School, represented St. Lucie County at the state level. Mrs. Kate Ems, who is our St. Lucie Public School Social Studies curriculum lead, is going to call our students' names, at which time we invite them to come to the podium to receive their certificates.
From Lincoln Park Academy for their project Light It Up, about school safety at bus stops with adding lights to our district's school stops, we have Marissa Ward. Connor Blake. Maban Don. Jeremy Jean Charles. Dylan Pete. Steve Septembre. And Lancelot McDonald. We have their principal, Mr. Santabria, in the audience, so if we could ask him to come up to accept these awards for his students. From Palm Point Educational Research School, they did a project on trying to help increase budgets for the school district, and they did their project on 4-day school weeks. So we have Natalie Rupert, Tyler Thomas, Beth Casey, Christina Patton, Sarah Wooters, Jillian Owen, Alexander Gust, and Garrett Rodney. If we could have the parents to stand to be recognized of these students. And if we could also recognize their teacher, Miss Hillary Cruz. She's in the audience as well. Thank you.
Once again, Mrs. Patrick, to feature our History Fair participants and winners.
So we have a trifecta this evening, and rounding out our awards is the Florida History Fair. This is an annual statewide activity that enhances the teaching and learning of history at elementary and secondary levels. This year's theme was Leadership and Legacy in History. Because the theme had such a nice, broad reach, many topics and time periods were able to be explored. In addition, geographic regions were possible. The History Fair provided an opportunity for students to showcase their skills in the form of exhibits, historical papers, and websites as they authentically met numerous social studies and English language arts standards through the participation. We are so proud of our students' accomplishments and demonstration of academic excellence in local and state competition levels. Again, Ms. Kate Ems will call our students' names, and again, you are invited to the front to receive your certificate from our Superintendent of Schools, Ms. Janelle Yost.
From Manatee Academy, we have Cade Signs. From Forest Grove Middle School, we have Chanel Higuera, Amanda O'Brien, Victoria Penny, Samuel Porter, Elise Starr, Riley Nelson. From Southern Oaks Middle School, we have Alexis Carr, Grace Glennon, Grace Coquilia, True Rotolo. From Dan McCarty Middle School, we have Jesus Hurtado, T. Fern Jean, and Hakeem Jean Baptiste. From Oak Hammock, Kelia Reed. From Southport Middle School, Anissa Gilbert. From St. Andrew's School, we have Serena Sofin, Joseph Parr, Taggart Mowry, Isabella McGregor, Daniel Krogh, Jack Kraslak, Kenny Duran, and Lindsay Doss. From Palm Point Educational Research School, we have Samantha Watson, Isabella Nazario Colon, Karen Keys, Ellen Delano, from Treasure Coast High School, Gabriella Laura, Shelby Parker. From Port St. Lucie High School, we have Savannah Simbal, and Jessica Fernandez. Diana Nguyen, Mark Alton, and Andra Lee. From Fort Pierce Central High School, Q Marcus Brooks. Q Marcus was also awarded with the Outstanding County Award for St. Lucie County. Joshua Ackley, Tiana Enge, Nicole Fernandez, and Yuretsi Rendon. And from Somerset College Prep Academy, we have Julian Williams, Summer Pace, Andrew Costanova, Ayana Harris, Jordan Gray, Selma Chirinos, Shelby Arborcheski, Tyler Birch, and Emily Blum, and Josh Bredemeyer.
And while they gather together for their picture, parents of these students, would you please stand to be recognized as well?
We'll transition into our final order of business this evening. Another very special award focusing upon our 2015 Business Partners of the Year. Ms. Kathy Schmidt, if you'd come forward at this time, please.
Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, Superintendent Yost. It is, again, my pleasure this year to ask you to join me in recognizing the many, many, many contributions that our business community makes to our educational system, to our students, to our teachers, to our many programs. We could not do what we do without their support, without their involvement. We know that they're actively engaged, and so many of them each year really roll up their sleeves and work with us. So it's really difficult to select specific business partners each year. But as we will annually do, we will ask our business partners of the year to join us at the Commissioner's recognition on June 9th. And because of our size, we're asked to select 2 who will join us there. So this year, it is my pleasure to announce to you that our 2 business partners of the year are Florida Accelerator and the Experimental Aircraft Association, EAA number 908. Florida Accelerator, represented here this evening. I'm going to ask Skip Lang to come up, and Michael Corbett as well, who has been actively engaged in this process. Michael is with Career Source Research Coast. Now actually he's with Career Source Palm Beach. They worked with us tirelessly for the past 6 months with students who have a dream, students who have a desire to start their own business and become entrepreneurs. In partnership with the school district and Career Source, they held numerous planning meetings with our teachers and then conducted actual classes, trainings, with our students from Port St. Lucie High School, Fort Pierce Central High School, and Treasure Coast High School to help them develop the components of a business plan. From proof of concept to marketing plans to developing budgets, they were there actively teaching and guiding these students. Ultimately, 10 students were eventually chosen to participate in the Business Opportunity Forum that was held at Port St. Lucie Community Center on April 23, 2015. There, each presented their ideas to potential investors in a kinder, gentler Shark Tank kind of an event, alongside existing businesses. They were this was the real world. They were out there actually presenting their business concepts among existing startup businesses. The 2 winning teams each won $1,000. One team was called Rise Up, Camilo Tamayo and Dominic Keogh. Their idea was for a social empowerment partnership, an app, to create, achieve, and build community goals using their personal goals, an interaction between others as you do in social networking. Raleigh Ravioli, Renee Marucchi, and Sophia Iannotti, they had an idea for a food truck with a unique, tasty, handheld ravioli experience with fun and flair. I'd like to ask Skip Lang to say just a moment or two, a few words.
Thank you. The old bromide that it takes an entire village to raise a child, I think, was supplemented tonight by it takes an entire world to educate them. And we found that by working with the school district, the most effective thing was to be partners. And I want to thank the people who made it successful from the school district side. We basically provided the stage and the forum. They did all the work. So first, Dr. Helen Wild, whose support made it very, very important for us. Kathy, who brought all of the elements together to make it successful. And then Maggie Chapa from Treasure Coast, who brought the students to us in a ready-made form. We provided the stage, they were the actors, and she wrote the play. So it was all of us working together that made it successful, and I want to thank the school system for your support, and we had a lot of fun too. Thank you.
Our second business partner of the year, the Experimental Aircraft Association, EAA 908. I'd like to ask Paul Decker and his wife Christine and June Beers to come up, please. The EAA Club 908 of Fort Pierce has offered a summer internship to Fort Pierce Central High aerospace students and other St. Lucie County students each summer since May of 2013. Each year, club members volunteer many hours to execute the experience, meeting with students each Tuesday and Thursday morning from 8 until noon for both class and hands-on work. The goals for the student summer experience are: 1, preparation to take the private pilot ground school written exams, the first step towards a private pilot license, and 2, partnering with individual EAA mentors to complete hours of flight time to help students make the connection between hands-on and the written test material. After passing the written part of the exam, the students can actually continue to work during the school year with their individual partners to prepare to earn the private pilot license. The private pilot ground school test costs $150 to $175, but through the EAA, the students can apply for a free Sporties test voucher. The emphasis of the EAA internship is to provide students with hands-on practical knowledge and experience that the EAA members can share about flying and its demands for knowledge. Would you like to say something?
Just a couple of things. The EAA Chapter 908 is part of an international organization. And basically, we introduce kids 8 to 17 to aviation. And if you were growing up back when I was, it was pretty easy. Nowadays, it's pretty hard with TSA and all the things we have to go through. So we have a group of 100 members. They are military pilots. They are former military pilots. They're commercial pilots and former commercial pilots and general aviation pilots. And we put the students, we offer up to the students a program that introduces them to aviation and all of the wonderful things that they can do, whether it's being a control tower person or a pilot or in mechanics, putting the airplanes, maintaining them, etc. At the end of the session, we select a student, and this year we selected 2 students from our last year's program, and the members take money out of their pocket and out of the organization to send them to an encampment in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Each student is awarded $2,000 towards that encampment, and that is a very intense training in aviation. So hopefully this year I think we have 5 or 6 students that'll be doing the same thing, and I'd like to thank Kevin Atkins, and I'd like to thank Dana Caputo, and especially Kathy too, for working with us to help the students experience that. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And Dana, if you'll join us, please, for a photo. Yes, we'd love to have you.
Wonderful special order of business, Madam Superintendent. We truly do thank our business partners in the community for helping us. Just a phenomenal job and skills that they have, things that we could not even begin to do as a district without their contributions. We also congratulate our science fair participants and the winners, the Project Citizen final participation, and the State History Fair participants and winners as well. And thank you, Ms. Patrick and Ms. Smith, and for your outstanding presentations, and for all of you that work so diligently with our business community to bring partnership here to St. Lucie County. Board members, I will now call for a vote to move our consent agenda. We have the agenda before us, and I would like to entertain a motion at this time to adopt the agenda as presented.
So moved.
So moved by Ms. Hawley and second by Mr. Ingersoll. All in favor? Aye. And any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Are there any conflicts that any board members need to declare on any of the items that's coming before us this evening? Hearing none, Madam Superintendent, may we now have your recommendations?
Yes, ma'am. I recommend the board approve a total of 24 consent agenda items, beginning with 4.01 and ending with 14.02.
Board members, we have received the superintendent's recommendations. Are there any items you wish to comment on or discuss, and therefore pull out for separate vote?
Madam Chair, I would like to comment only on item number 8.01.
Okay, any others? Okay, Ms. Hawley, regarding the following agenda, before Ms. Hawley goes, no, it's just a comment, so can we hear your comments, please?
Yes, certainly. It's personnel actions under human resources, and I just wanted our viewing and listening audience to be aware that as we are in this time of transition from one superintendent to a new superintendent, and one school year ending and a new school year beginning on July 1, there will be some administrative appointments that come before us that really won't activate until July 1. But however, Mr. Gent, our incoming superintendent, has been having interviews for various administrative positions, and one of those positions is on our up for action tonight, and that position is for the Chief Academic Officer. Mr. Gent has made an appointment there, and Dr. Helen Wild has been appointed to that position. Just for everyone to realize, though, that that's a July 1, 2015 appointment, and Mr. Gent is in town and interviewing for various administrative appointments. So as those come forward, I would like to just be able to bring them to the viewing audience's attention so that they realize, as during our transition, some of the steps we're taking there.
Thank you, Ms. Hawley, we appreciate that. We have received the recommendation. May I hear a motion, please? So moved by Ms. Hensley and second by Mr. Ingersoll. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. At this time, we will have the superintendent's update.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As Ms. Hawley indicated, the Chief Academic Officer for appointment by Mr. Gent, effective July 1, is Ms. Dr. Helen Roberts Wild. My goodness. Dr. Wild is in the audience, and if we could ask her to stand at this time, I would appreciate it. Thank you, Dr. Wild. And congratulations to her as she moves forward with the new superintendent and the leadership team. Also in the audience, we have Ms. Vanessa Tillman, and this is her final board meeting since she will be retiring effective Friday. So we thank Ms. Tillman for her union partnership over the past several years. I believe it's 12, am I accurate? Give or take, 12 years. So thank you so much, Ms. Tillman. Additionally, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Mark Rendell will be concluding his stay in St. Lucie County this Friday as well, as he is moving on to Indian River County as their appointed superintendent. So Dr. Rendell, could you please stand, and we want to thank you for your service to St. Lucie County as well. In closing, I'd like to comment by thanking all of our stakeholders for a wonderful school year. This is our final board meeting before the conclusion of school for students on the 3rd and staff on the 4th of June. It seems like we've blinked and the time has really flown by this year. Without dedicated employees, supportive parents, business partners, we would be unable to provide a quality education for the young people of St. Lucie County. We thank all of our stakeholders for the commitment they make to our students so that we can truly impact the mission and honor that mission to our students. They will be career ready. They will be collegial students as well. Those academic requirements are being met. We are setting high standards with rigor and relevance, and I thank all of our stakeholders for their commitment. Our partnership together is making a difference for the students of St. Lucie Public Schools. Thank you for a wonderful year, and have a great summer.
Thank you, Madam Superintendent, and thank you for your work as well. Attorney Harrell, do we have any comments this evening?
Madam Chair, other than the attorney-client session that we have announced through the agenda, and you'll make the announcements later.
Yes, sir. Board members, we'll begin with Ms. Hensley.
Thank you. As you, I think, know, we had the privilege in St. Lucie County of hosting the Florida Children's Youth and Children's Cabinet. It includes the department heads from Tallahassee, a judge, Department of Education, Department of Children, Department of Juvenile Justice, all those different groups. They were all in attendance except for one, which is a pretty unique opportunity, and they were greeted well and thoroughly, and had a great time in St. Lucie County. They actually asked to see things in our region, which they were given tours, and they were very, very positive about seeing what was going on in St. Lucie County, which was a real nice thing. The other thing is the special session coming up, which has, as you know, has melted down, and they're going back on June 1st, which is Monday. I would ask that you keep in mind the need for the health care funding. We have an organization in town for which the school district is a partner. That is our Health Access Network, free clinic. It's a volunteers in medicine clinic. On any given day, we have between 3,000 and 3,800 active clients. With a county that has 63% of its adults between the ages of 18 and 64 without health care, it is imperative that we keep our workforce as healthy as we possibly can, and that hinges on money that the state has to agree with the federal government to support. So I would encourage you that if you know any legislators, and if you want their information, we'll get it to you, that you let them know how important it is that they fund medical services for those that need it the most, that they keep the commitment to increase funding for education, that they seriously consider expanding funding for early learning, which has not had an increase since its inception. We have some key issues that will serve our county and our children well, and we have to make sure that they hear from us. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hensley. Ms. Hilson, please.
Just wanted to send a kudos out to Performance Base. Their awards program was excellent at Dan McCarty. I think it was a lot of work and a lot of effort by the students and the administrators, and it was very well done. And this is their first year as just the Performance Base without being connected to Fort Pierce Central, correct? So it was a first. I really enjoyed it. And I'll piggyback on what Mrs. Hensley said. We need to get serious. I think our legislators have lost touch with the reality of people that are uninsured and what it ends up costing us as taxpayers, billions with a B that we will pay if our legislators and our governor do not decide to expand Medicaid. So it can only get harder and harder, and our rates will continually go up because somebody has to pay. There's no free lunch. So somewhere along the way, somebody has to pick up the bill for indigent care, and the Hands Clinic does a remarkable job. The Early Learning Coalition, all these organizations are impacted by the lack of adequate health care in the state of Florida.
Thank you, Ms. Hilson, for your report. Ms. Hawley. Mr. Ingersoll.
Yes, ma'am. It's been a good school year, and I want to thank the teachers, the administrators, principals, AEP, support staff. I know it's been a tough year with testing and who's on first and what's going to happen on second, but thank you for a job well done. Parents, thank you for supporting our education system. It's a graduation week. You know, Midway Road and Edwards will be pretty jammed, so please arrive early and act appropriately. And graduates, good luck to them, but be safe this week. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ingersoll, for your report. Also, I would like to thank the educators and our support staff for all of the hard work, our administration as well, throughout this 2014-2015 school year. Thank you for your service. We appreciate that tremendously, and all that you do, the things that we don't see you do, that we know that because of you, we are fulfilling our vision and our mission for St. Lucie County Schools. Students, I want to say to you, stay safe. Our graduate students, I know you're going to be partying and you're going to be enjoying yourselves. Please stay safe, whatever you do to celebrate your graduation. And also our students for this summer, stay safe and listen to your parents, okay? And we'll see you back in the new school year. I want to also, at this time, announce that we do have our graduations coming up, right? Our mini graduations. And that will begin, what, this Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, that's
Tomorrow night. Okay, so we'll be out there starting tomorrow night, and it ends this Saturday. But we also have some others that are coming up that's not on Tuesday as well, okay? So let's keep that all in mind, board members. We have no scheduled speakers this evening come before us, and so we're going to close with our mission statement. At least not close, but we will recess after our mission statement, and then, of course, come back here to do our official closing. We will end the meeting by saying that the mission of St. Lucie County Public Schools is to ensure that all of our children graduate from safe and caring schools, equipped with the knowledge, the skills, and the desire to succeed. And I think we are working diligently and fulfilling that mission for St. Lucie County Schools. Okay, at this time, Attorney Harrell has requested that we recess for our May 26, 2015 public meeting to hold a private attorney-client session as authorized by Section 286.0018 by the Florida statutes to discuss pending litigations and to seek advice from the board. The estimate length of this session will be 30 minutes, and the names of the persons attending the session are members of the St. Lucie County School Board, Superintendent Janelle Yost, Special Counsel Alan Seng, and School Board Attorney Daniel Harrell. At this time, we will recess to begin our session.